showtime.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Nita, your favorite diva, and I'm back with another installment to my top of 21 series. This is top 10 surprising movies of 2021. And it's not top 10, I have 14 here. Okay. So I'm grouping them together by genre. So that might be a little easier. We might get through it a little faster. Let me know what you think. Okay, because I'm tired. It is 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm trying to get to sleep. But I am getting this recorded so that I can just edit and upload it tomorrow. Are y'all gonna y'all need to stay in the house for New Year's Eve? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I hope y'all have a good one. I hope y'all keep it safe and secure. Because ain't nobody got time for Miss Rona, baby. Okay. Okay, so without further ado, let's get to it. First genre I'm gonna clock in together because I'm not a musical person. That's not my cup of tea. However, I did enjoy Hamilton and I did rewatch that. Now, a lot of the other ones, while I did enjoy them, I probably wouldn't rewatch them. And this is where these movies fall. The first one came out earlier in the year on HBO Max, In the Heights. And that was a very colorful, dynamic story, Latinx story. And the music performances was good. I think the story, the way it followed the plot line and the music worked well with it. It was good. The leading lady, she has a dynamite voice. Yes. And then we also have West Side Story. West Side Story was Steven Spielberg's remake of the 1968, don't quote me, version of the movie or play or whatever. Um Vibrant. That's one of the things that I really, really enjoy, especially about the ones that's kind of centered around the Latinx community, how vibrant, how popping everything is, like even with down to the choreography, down to the just the sync way of how things look. I mean, it's so much attention to detail, and I am proud to say that Steven Spielberg got it, baby. And he's not a musical person. He's not a musical person, but it just goes to show you when you one of the best directors out here, baby, you can do it all. Okay. So I'm proud of him for that achievement. It was a beautiful story. Tick Tick Boom, that is on Netflix, starring Andrew Garfield, you guys. And while again, I will not watch it again, I thought his performance was very dynamic and he's just so expressive and so emotive. Like, it's just something about what he gives. He gives, baby. Like, it's just something, he's just a really, really talented actor. And I think he's very underrated. He's been in 3 or 4 movies this year. This has been the year of Andrew Garfield, you guys. Don't sleep. Okay, so we're going to move on to number 2, and that is fantasy for me. And I kind of grouped that with Godzilla versus Kong. I thought that movie was really, really good. And I think the experience was better for me because my son really took a liking to it, and he really had me enjoy. I did a review with him. It's on the channel as well. Just maybe I'll put it in the card. I don't know. Then we have Cruella. Now, this is the thing with Cruella. I feel like, instead of Disney trying to rewrite these characters, these villains, I think they should just create new ones. Because the thing is with Cruella and when they did Maleficent, like it wasn't true to her character. And I really think that if they would have did this particular story, because it wasn't like she was a villain. She was kind of like an anti-hero. And so I think that's where they get their lines crossed, and because they're trying to get for the property ID of it and not try to go into new territory. I think that's where they're getting hung up at. But if this movie was called anything other than Cruella, I think the movie would have been a super mega hit. But I heard a lot of people complaining that isn't that Cruella, whatever. It was a surprise for me. I enjoyed it immensely. Ghostbusters Afterlife. Now, you guys, y'all saw my trailer reaction. I was not feeling, I don't know if that was the first trailer or the second trailer, but I wasn't feeling that movie until the third and final trailer came out, and you got to see some of the ghosts and stuff like that. I was like, oh, okay. Because at first it was just showing like little Peter and I mean, I was like, what is this? Like, it wasn't it wasn't given. But when you started pulling in the ghosts and stuff like that, I was like, oh, okay, I'm on board. And it was a pleasant surprise. Fan service. They had some fan service in there that was not done so well, and then they also had some fan service that was done excellent, and that was towards the end of the movie that provided a lot of heart. Loved it for that. Now we're going to get into the drama territory. We have A Journal for Jordan. While it started off a little rocky, that's the movie with Michael B. Jordan. Denzel Washington actually directed the movie. And Shantae Adams, the leading girl, Shantae Adams, was phenomenal. Michael B. Jordan, not so much. He started off really, really rocky. Like the first hour of the movie, I was like, what is going on? This felt like a dress read, a table read, it felt so amateurish. And I was just like, I know he's supposed to be trying to be awkward, but it just felt so weird, and it didn't sell me on the chemistry until he loosened up a little later. So I was like, is he supposed to be uptight? I mean, I understand he's supposed to be a little uptight, but I was just like, girl, I mean, dude, what are you doing? Like, it didn't read well for me. It didn't read well. It just felt so awkward. But when I tell you that movie took me and took my heart and just tore it up. I was like, oh my God. It was a mess. It was a mess. Cry, baby. Cry, baby. Okay. We have national champions. I just recently did a video on that, or video review, and national champions actually blew me away. I really, really loved it. I really was drawn in with the compelling story. And I think this hits people a little differently. Maybe if you're this, you're not going to be able to empathize, or you're not going to be able to resonate with what the struggle was with the plot of the movie. And that was just the collegiate association taking advantage and having the college athletes as modern day slaves, and they weren't getting compensated. They wasn't getting taken care of. If they got an injury, they lost everything, scholarship, out of school, out of everything. But they were making billions and billions hand over fist. So I thought that was just the most compelling. J.K. Simmons, perfect casting. Uzo Adubo, she did really, really good. I was surprised. The lead was really good. He was good, and his co-lead, very, very, very good. Yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed it. And then also too, I don't want to forget about Respect. That is Jennifer Hudson playing the diva, the queen of soul, Aretha Franklin. I thought that was done very well done. I had some issues with it. I got a review, of course, in the playlist. But all in all, the music was fantastic, and I loved some of the story because it touched on some things I didn't know, and then also too, it still was like, what y'all leaving out? What y'all leaving out? But anyway, let's move on to the next category, which is horror. Okay, Last Night in Soho. I liked Last Night in Soho. I really started off loving it. But as we got towards the end, the beginning gave us something so fresh and new and something that I hadn't experienced before. With the va va voom and very, very electric, and these things are happening. You don't know what is actually going on, but you're just going along for the ride, and everything was just kind of, it was good, right? And then it kind of, I was expecting, because of the build up was so good. I thought the payoff was going to be something out of this world, but it kind of fell into the same tropes of, your regular classic horror. And so, it didn't really do nothing with all that it built up that was so original and felt so fresh, just to fall into the same cliches. Um, I was I was okay with it because, I mean, the experience that I got early on, I was like, okay, I was here for it. But yeah, it took a turn. Speaking of taking a turn, did y'all see that goddamn Malignant yet? Did y'all see Malignant? That crazy ass movie by James Wan, y'all, that came out with the black poster with the dagger going into the girl's eyeball. Child, when I tell you that movie was so batshit crazy, that movie was crazy. And when I tell you it's on the list for most surprising, I can't, like I said, it didn't work for me because it didn't follow the rules. It didn't really establish rules. It didn't follow any rules. It's like anything could go, and he just went with it, and that's just what it was. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna let you have it, Mr. Ward. Well, at least he gave me an experience that I ain't never had watching a horror movie. I was so horrified, and I was young. When I tell you, there are no words. Like, it is crazy. It was just crazy. But I definitely recommend a watch. It's so crazy. Like, you just gotta kind of suspend disbelief and just go with it. And I'm telling you, your mouth will be on the jaw. I mean, your jaw will be on the floor by the time you get to the end of this thing. The last category is action. And we have The Protege that came out earlier this year with Sam Jackson and Maggie Q. And when I tell you, that's one of my things. I love a female revenge driven movie. Oh my God. It does it for me. It does it for me. And she did an amazing job. She is a action star, and she's so petite and small, but she was kicking ass. You hear me? Next, we have Nobody, and that is Odenkirk, Bob Odenkirk, and you know him from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Now, he was that, like, when I watched the trailer, it was giving John Wick. It was given Nobody was given John Wick. And while it was given that, it was totally different. If you take all of the glitz and the shine off of a John Wick character, and you kind of put him into just this rural neighborhood with the white picket fence and a family, a wife, and all this other stuff. But he's a man with a particular set of skills and a past. So if you get my drift, it was, like I said, it was given John Wick, but luckily it held its own where it didn't really feel like it was trying to be some kind of play or homage off of John Wick. And then also too, we have Wrath of Man, and that is a Guy Ritchie. Now, you know I love me a Guy Ritchie production. The Gentleman, I think, was in my top 5 either last year or the year before that. And that movie was awesome, and I had a good time with it. It was like maybe number 3 on my list or something. So Wrath of Man, we have Jason Statham. And so you know we got Jason Statham. He is giving us something we can feel, right, baby? Okay, so yes, the action was fantastic. The stakes were really, really high. It was a really intense movie. It didn't really have the Guy Ritchie flair, but it still felt similar to a Jason Statham movie. It fell in his wheelhouse. Like that is him. That is, if he was to be typecast, that's the role. You know what I'm saying? So he did an excellent job with the film, and I enjoyed that film as well. So yeah. Yes, that completes my most surprising movies of 2021. Get down in the comments and let me know what your most surprising movies are of 2021. Let's get down in the comments and chat it up. Remember, this is my list. It's not your list. It's not the right list. You get down in the comments and let me know so we can chat it up. Okay? So if there's nothing else, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm Nita, your favorite diva, and you make sure you come back. Mwah.